Well, it's another JCap team that is finding success, and we've got JCap on stage with your PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Clint. So I know you and I were talking just now about how you were feeling during that match. Can you share that with the audience?
Was feeling good at first. First map, third map were pretty good. The fourth map we were up a lot, you know, it felt like we had control, and then all of a sudden we just started spiraling, just lost control of like a few hills. That's how Seaside is. You know, they got some streaks that ultimately didn't hurt us, but could have if we didn't make the plays we needed to at the very end. Luckily, we have that. We've been playing really well in those clutch situations. Did it again there to clutch up at the end, but that map could have been over a lot earlier.
And those clutch, those critical situations that you were mentioning, that's another thing that Coach Revan had been talking to me about, and it seems as though you've really improved in making those critical decisions. What really has changed from maybe CWL London to here now in the Pro League?
I mean, London, we were just a new team. You know, we're definitely more comfortable now together than we were there. That's not really an excuse for how we played, because we still played way worse than we were in scrims even, but you know, now we're way more comfortable, and now we got some momentum going on our side. We're 4-0 now since we've been here. So when you're on a roll like this, you know, things just kind of click.
And taking all that into account and just looking ahead to the big matches you have going forward, how are you feeling and what are you predicting for the rest of this week?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm definitely hoping to get at least 2 more wins here, and this 6-1. I think nobody would have seen that coming if we can manage that. 7-0 is obviously the goal, but you know, it's Call of Duty. It's very day-to-day. We'll see what happens. But we're shooting for 7-0 still.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jess, and they certainly are.
Guess who we've got for our PlayStation Instant Reaction? It's Dens with Jess.
Thank you, Miles. As we discussed, you didn't have a ton of time when you found out you'd be filling in for Tommy. What was your initial reaction when you got that call?
Kind of had like mixed feelings because, you know, what Tom's going through kind of thing, but I was pretty eager to get back on the main stage.
It didn't seem as though you were, you know, feeling rusty at all, but were you ready for that match, considering you hadn't been practicing with the full squad like the other members had?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple role. Just get Dylan to like pushed up positions, and then he just takes over. I think him and Zach went off. I think even Sean, everyone went off. So I didn't really do much, but I just got them to where they need to be.
All right, that's a very humble answer. How are you feeling about the squad as a whole heading into the rest of this week?
Yeah, we're pretty confident. The vibes are flowing, and you know, to get a 3-1 win over LG on the first day, I think like we just scrimmed today was our first time, so we're already in the rhythm kind of thing, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the week.
All right, love to hear it. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so very much, Jess.
Dropped the bomb, got the streaks, went huge in the Game 4, and we've got him on stage with your PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Clint. How does it feel to get your first one on the board for this phase of the Pro League?
It feels good. Obviously, last week wasn't ideal for us. We went 0-4. We knew coming in from London, we wanted to bring in Zaptius as our new SOG. Kind of risky to do without any practice, but we figured there's no better practice than the Pro League. So big week for us, big win for our confidence and momentum, and hopefully we can keep it going this week.
Before this match, you told me that you guys were more composed than LG. Can you talk to me a little bit about the importance of maintaining that composure in a game like this?
Yeah, it's not like we came in here expecting to destroy everybody. Like, we knew there'd be growing pains. We knew that there's a lot we need to fill Zap in on and just really learn to mesh together as a team. LG, you can kind of tell with the personalities on that team when they're feeling down, and right now they're feeling down, and we sort of just kept our heads level and came out with the win.
And from this series, what's the main takeaway?
Really just overall good gameplay. We had a really good search and destroy. I think we win the control and win the series 3-0 if I had a better map, but it's really good to beat a team like that. Despite their problems right now, they're obviously some of the most talented players of all time. So just excited to keep the week going.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so very much.
0, Big Papa, you were a monster in that Game 4. It's the PlayStation Instant Reaction. Who else could it be?
Thank you, Clint. Before this match, I spoke with your teammate Asim. He said that FaZe just matches up really well versus Gen G. Why is that?
I feel like all my players on my team are just better than theirs. That's simple fact. Simple fact. There's not much I can say, really. My team's just filthy.
That's fair. You've gotten several good wins lately, and even when you fell to Optic last week, you took them all the way to map 5. So what is it that's just going right for FaZe lately?
Just our respawns. Our S&D is lacking. Like, we know it is. We should have won that. We should have won that 3-0 in my opinion. But like I said to these, like when the Seaside started, like we have our arguments like after the S&D, but every S&D loss is making us better in that mode. Like in my opinion, like we're focusing on what mistakes we're going to go back and watch what we did wrong, come back. Listen, if we start getting better S&D, I don't know what we can do, but it's going to be good.
And that's something I've heard you say before, is really using the league to just get better and constantly improve. So with that in mind, what are you expecting for the remainder of the matches this week?
Just keep doing what we're doing on Respawn. Like every win to us is super important. Just the vibes in the team are good. The chemistry's really good. As you can see, like we all just really like each other. So just continue what we're doing in Respawns this week and just focus on our S&D, preparing for playoffs, Anaheim and champs.
That's awesome to hear. Thank you. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jess.
Still, I think their Search and Destroy needs a little bit of work, because it seems like when teams are playing that slow, methodical play style, to be honest, they're just being outplayed. They're just being completely outclassed. But everything for myself and Chance for now. We'll send it over to Jess with Scraps with the PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thanks, Ben. Is it safe to say that EG put up a little bit more of a fight than you were expecting?
Yeah, of course. They've improved a lot, and they look like a really good team, and that was a close series, but luckily enough, we come out on top in map 5.
Why were you so slow to wake up, particularly on that first S&D map?
I think everybody lost full. We should have won the first map. We made a lot of mistakes. It's Seaside. Everybody does it, but everybody was annoyed. And then we went 1-0 up on the S&D, and then to go 2-0 up, I get 2 hit markers and with a sniper on, and one of them gets a 2-piece with a sniper on. I lost full, to be honest. I couldn't regain, but we said if we win map 3, it's going game 5 either way. And luckily enough, we've got people like Tommy in our team, and map 4 and 5, he was going off. So thankful to him, and we won 3-2.
Got a little tense there, but we saw you guys all celebrating afterwards. So how does this victory feel?
Well, obviously there was a bit of stuff going on between us and them during Rostermania. A few people had a few different words to say about each other, and beating them always feels good after stuff like happening. So I'm glad we beat them again.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jess.
That wasn't going to happen today against Optic. That really, really wasn't. The first hard point was a blowout. The Search and Destroy was very, very clean. And oh boy, that control was squeaky clean. Either way, friends, it is now time for a PlayStation Instant Reaction. Jess has got the man, the myth, the legend. It's Crim6.
Thank you, Miles. In a series like that where you set off and you say, we can come in, we can 3-0, and that's exactly what you do, what is the takeaway? Is there something to be learned here?
I got to work on S&D, I guess. I got stunned 3 out of 5 deaths that I had, so that was kind of unfortunate. But they used like a tactical swap. Like first they started with nades, then they used stuns. So that's something that we sort of learned. And I think not using a trophy on payload might be bad. But frequency, we got outslayed. We think we got outslayed. So the EKIA, we can't see like the kill death, but we definitely got outslayed, and we somehow still won. So don't know how we pulled that off, but you know, it was a good series.
Tomorrow to finish off the week, you'll be facing LG. What are you expecting for that series?
I don't know. I think LG's kind of checked out. Jerry wants to go to Topgolf, right, Jerry? Jerry, Topgolf tomorrow? He's not paying attention. Topgolf tomorrow? Let's go, man. 20-minute series?
And we saw that you guys did already do Topgolf last night. Can you tell us about that fast strength you have in your golf swing?
Yeah, you know, I got some sort of form from baseball. I was the number 4 hitter. They called me Porterhouse. So, you know, I could hit it far, but I could not run that fast. So that fat strength just sort of carried over. And I guess we're going to Topgolf for the 3rd time here in Columbus tomorrow. So Brandon and Tej finally learned how to swing a golf club last 15 minutes. So they want to go.
All right, that's awesome. We'll have fun doing Topgolf for the 3rd time. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back on over to Katie at the desk.
Love to know what the hell just happened. Our PlayStation Instant Reaction on the stage with Jess is, of course, with Scraps.
Thank you, Miles. First off, I wanted to ask about that S&D. That was a really tough map for you in particular. We saw that donut you dropped. What was going on there?
I just want to say, I dropped a donut. We lost 6-1, and everyone else went like 1-6 and 1-7. So I may have dropped a donut, but they all just did just as bad. So yeah, that's the first donut I've ever dropped. Fair play to them. They counted us the whole series, and we smoked them in the respawns. But I do want to say, the lightning strike at the end of that hard point, I didn't want to go game 5. I wasn't costing my team. On this game, you call a lightning strike in, and if the team run towards you, it drags the lightning strike with him, and that's why it killed all my teammates, unfortunately. But I started shaking at the end, and I thought I was going to cost my team the map, but we ended up winning it, luckily enough.
Great. I know a lot of people were wondering about that. Looking at Control, you guys are still undefeated on Control. What makes you so strong on that game mode?
I don't know, just the way we play it. Once it comes down to the crunch, we was in a 5v9, I'm pretty sure, on an attack, and we had to cap the point in church. And we somehow ended up getting like 4 or 5 kills, one after the other. I don't know, when it comes down to crunch, this team lives for it, and the passion's there, and we don't give up until it's actually over, and it shows.
Finally, I hear that you and Wuskin have a birthday coming up next week. Do you have any birthday wishes you'd like to say to your brother?
Happy birthday, Wusk. I'm buzzing I don't look like you anymore. You're the uglier twin. We're not related. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. On over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Jess.
Set up for Jess with the PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Ben. Coming into this series, your attitude was kind of, oh, if we 3-0, that's expected. So almost as if there was no glory in it. But how do you feel coming off of that win now?
I mean, I feel good. We weren't really going 110% that series. I mean, Bruce and Tej were just throwing in the first map. But we had a little bit of fun with the snipers, so I'm glad that we got the 3-0. It's huge for map count, especially with Genji losing today. So I'm happy we got the 3-0, but we could have went a little harder.
And I did want to ask about the snipers. You guys were joking about going ahead and doing that beforehand. What made you decide to do that?
We had the 1-0 lead. Honestly, it was just to have some fun. We weren't too crazy about map count. We wanted it, obviously, but we wanted to throw a little bit of fun. It obviously wasn't like a super serious match to everyone. So, yeah, just having a little bit of fun on the main stage.
Finally, as we switch to Division B, you guys have a couple weeks off, so how are you going to fill out your free time?
We're going to Topgolf right now, but going home, we're probably just going to take a couple days off, get back into the routine, play some online scrims, watch Division B, and try to learn some new things off some teams, and just business, going back to business as usual, going home practicing.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much.